So on the heels of Tim Pool completely destroying Luke Beasley, we're going to go back to the well and have another look at Tim Pool, this time destroying Hasan Piker. And without wasting too much of your time, let's just go ahead and look at this video of Tim Pool calling out Hasan Piker over Hasan Piker's horrible takes on 9/11.
And so it begins. Democrats now calling for more cultural dominance, praising Hasan Piker, saying we must support individuals like this. Now, Fox News ain't pulling any punches. They say top Harris aide hypes radical activist who said America deserved 9/11 while plotting future for Dems. House Democrat called Hasan Piker a poster child for the post-October 7th outbreak of anti-Semitism in America earlier this year. Me, oh my. Well, basically what we're seeing right now is Democrats recognizing that they've lost cultural control. The corporate press is no longer what it used to be. And as I've been warning, especially in the previous video, the big players, Disney, Comcast, you name it, they are going to dump money in this space, and they will make sure that these voices rise to the top. Now, I don't believe Hasan Piker is in the path of that trampling that is underway because he's too, anti-Israel, I guess. Now, I think if you are going to play up, like look at Twitch in the adpocalypse where he is, many people are blaming him for this. Advertisers don't want to touch things where they're going to get accused of any isms. Let's roll, baby. The left is going to say they're defending Israel. The right, well, a lot of people on the right are going to say they're defending Israel too. Let me put it this way. Corporations don't care if it's Israel or black people or gay people or otherwise. Corporations don't want shock and defense regardless of where it comes from. Now, the people who are very Israel-centric, be it for or against, are going to claim that they're the perceived victim, whatever it may be. The reason why I think Hasan Piker is not going to get chosen in this regard is because corporations are going to say he evokes too much negative attention as it pertains to offense. Now, if you're a channel that's critical of some things, maybe gay marriage, something like that, you'll probably still get some advertisers, but it's a sliding scale. You can be critical of Israel and there's no problem. Some people certainly exaggerate and say that, no, you can't, they'll come for you. It depends on what you're saying in your criticism. Like, the things Hasan Piker has said about October 7th and his stances, they go a little far. And I'm not saying he's extreme. I'm saying they go far in one direction. And for a lot of people, as it pertains to Israel, they make it their whole identity. Advertisers don't want to be associated with something that's going to cost them money. So if you are talking about race issues and you're hyper-focused on crime rates of the black community, you can talk about it. Nobody cares. But if it's all you talk about, advertisers are going to say no. Democrats probably won't go this direction. That's probably why Fox News is criticizing them. But they are going to go for many of these other liberal creators who I'm not going to mention because I don't want to give them any airtime on that regard. Fox News says Harris's former deputy campaign manager, Rob Flaherty, said during a recent interview that Democrats are losing hold of culture and laid out a strategy for them to develop a whole thriving system ahead of future elections. We need a whole thriving ecosystem. It's not just Pod Save America, though I think we should have more of them. It's not just Hasan Piker. We should have more Hasan Pikers. It's also the cultural creators, the folks who are one rung out, who influence the nonpartisan audience. Those things all need to happen together. The reality is, it's not going to be big media organizations. It's going to be a network and constellation of individual personalities, because that's how people get their information now, he added. Flaherty, who previously served as the director of digital strategy for the Biden White House, is likely to face backlash for calling for more Hasan Pikers due to Piker's past controversial comments. He had previously raised more than $1 million for Palestinian aid, used his platforms with millions of followers to downplay and justify attacks such as October 7th and 9/11 as acts of resistance in recent years. Yeah, he said something nasty about 9/11. He said nasty stuff about Dan Crenshaw's eye. I mean, a little crass. During a 2019 live stream, Piker praised the brave effing soldier who wounded Dan Crenshaw while he was deployed in Afghanistan as a Navy SEAL, asking, didn't he go to war and literally lose his eye because some mujahideen, a brave effing soldier, effed his eye hole with their D? Yikes, man. Is that what Democrats are going for? Holy smokes. Look, this is what they're going for. They're praising the murder of that CEO. This is what they're going for. He went on to say that America deserved 9/11, saying before later walking it back, saying it was inappropriate. However, in another stream this year, he joked about 9/11 again, saying, oh my God, 9/11-2 is going to be so sick, and give Saudi Arabia a nuke so they can do 9/11-2. Wow, that's geez, dude. In another stream, Piker broadcast propaganda from the Houthis, an Iranian-backed group in Yemen. So we get it. Okay, guys, I'm not here to rag on Hasan Piker. I know people don't like him. They're going to mention that Hasan said Hamas was the lesser evil next to Israel. His Twitch streams regularly hit more than 1 million views and often have as many as 30,000 viewers at a time. You know, we here at Simcast are rather proud of flying under the radar over and over again. For some reason, we rarely ever get mentioned. I think I'm good at hiding in this cave and not doing external press. Though I do think, our media strategy is largely that it has to change. I want to talk to you about where we're currently at and why this story is big. This is the war, my friends. The media is coming. They're praising Hasan Piker. It's exactly what I predicted. We are going to see more of this moving forward. I got a response on the comment section from Candace Owens about what I said. And I think there's a lot to bring up in this. So I definitely want to get into more of Candace's argument and the point she's making, because I'm not saying she's wrong at all. I largely agree with her and the issues at play and where we go media-wise. With the Democrats calling for more Hasan Pikers, I'm going to reiterate, Brett Cooper launching her own channel is a good thing. Certainly, you wanted her to retain the massive marketing efforts of the Daily Wire. She's not going to, but I think she'll be all right. Reagan, replacing Brett, is going to get the massive infrastructure of the Daily Wire. Is that what people are mad? Like, honest question for those in the comments. Is the issue that the Daily Wire spends a ton of money promoting and building up this channel and you want Brett to have that capability? I think she's going to find a way. Having another Reagan is really good. But we need more people in the space. We need more investment. They're outright saying they want more Hasan Pikers. Well, we want more Brett Coopers. We want more people who are going to be calling out the lies, the cheating, and the stealing. And if we don't focus on Reagan and Brett are of comparable cultural worldview, despite any personal drama or beef that people may perceive. I don't know. I don't care. What we don't want is more Hasan Pikers. Hasan's welcome to come on the show and debate anytime. He's going to stand by his ideas. But if Democrats start reinforcing that space, we get crushed. They're going to pull in, Disney's going to have $1 billion in revenue, and they're going to say, let's allocate $500 million towards owning the podcast space. They already largely control a lot of it. And while they come out and say conservatives are well-funded and organized, that's just not true. The majority of these people who are quote-unquote conservative, independent, the biggest names in the space, largely independent, no big networks. Then you look at these other popular podcasts, and they're more likely to have networks and be produced serialized shows coming from the corporate press and legacy media. It's changing. Rumble's doing a great job. Daily Wire's doing a great job. The Blaze, they're there as well. But, everyone's saying, what, you don't think they're doing a great job? The Blaze is doing all right, but they need to do more. You've got these networks. They could do better. So in response to what we're seeing here, as it pertains to NDAs, I want to cover this and highlight this because Candace did respond based on my last post. For those that aren't familiar, I basically said that that Brett leaving the Daily Wire is likely a contract dispute. They didn't come to terms, so she went to do her own channel. So long as she gets good advice and she knows what she's doing, she should be totally fine. I do have concerns about the launching of her channel as of yet. Without any content on it, that could be a big risk as it creates dead subs. I want to stress that because I hope people around her are telling her this.
And what he means by dead subs is that people are basically subscribed to Brett Cooper's channel and she's not putting out any content, which suggests that most of those people who are subscribed to her channel aren't going to actually click and watch her videos. They basically have just subscribed to support her. And whenever her first video comes out, if a good portion of her subscribers don't actually click it and watch it, that video will be, rendered dead by the algorithm, which is why it's important for people to click on videos of channels that they're subscribed to if they like that channel and they want to see it do well, right? So make sure you guys are clicking my videos when you see them. No, I'm just playing, you know.
But a lot of people are saying that Daily Wire this bad. Otherwise, they're saying, oh, it's all your friends. Yeah, I consider them to be friends. I think they're doing a great job, and I want to see them succeed. They're building culture. Rumble's doing the same thing. Where's anybody coming out telling me that I'm shilling for Rumble when I praise Rumble over and over again? And this is the funny thing. TimCast.com is Rumble infrastructure. It's all our back end.
Okay, so not as dramatic as what Tim Pool did to Luke Beasley, but nevertheless, he called out Hasan when it seems like they're asking for more Hasan Pikers to hit the platforms, right? So to counter that, you can like this channel, like this video, subscribe to this channel, because I am trying to counter that. You can tell probably by the name of the channel. It's America First TV. You see I got a little Trump back there. I got a little army guy right there to remind us to pray for the troops and their families. But the major point being that there's going to be a lot of money coming into the left side, into the Democratic pundits, basically, to try to create their own Joe Rogan, try to create their own Tim Pool, try to replace and create their own Tucker Carlson, right? And so we have to counter that. The best way to counter that is by, buying yourself a little camera, get a microphone, and start letting your voice be heard as well. If you can't do that, make sure you're showing support to your favorite content creators. Be aware of that scenario that they're going to try to prop a lot of these people on the left up. We see Cenk Uygur just finishing up his tour, trying to appeal to the people on the right side of things. And, thankfully, at least to me, it's fallen upon deaf ears for the most part. Unfortunately, he has convinced some people into believing that he's coming over to the right. He's not. He's just doing it for money. He's a grifter. But his nephew, Hasan Piker, Tim Pool just invited him on the show. I don't think it'll ever happen, although Cenk just went on. But, Hasan isn't reeling as hard as the Young Turks are right now. He's not losing as many subs and things like that and feeling the repercussions of backing the wrong horse and realizing that they're on the wrong side of history. But I still don't think Hasan Piker or even David Pakman, these people that are going to be propped up by the left. I mean, David Pakman was just at the White House to meet with Joe Biden a couple of days ago. So, I mean, don't be fooled. They're out there. They're being funded. They're being supported by, the highest levels of government. And the best way to counter that is by, like I said, showing support and love by simply, you can do it for free. You can like and share the videos of your favorite content creators. You can subscribe to their channels. You can even put a little skin in the game, buy a shirt for yourself, memberships, all that type of stuff. Anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure you do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video. I'll remind you that you can catch me live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern time on this channel with the Jar Openers podcast. We've been having a lot of fun. The audience has been growing, and the interaction with Chad has been really fun. We also have a link down in the description so that you can join the Discord and become a part of the family. But, if we don't see you in the Discord, if I can't catch you in one of the lives, make sure you're on the lookout for the next video because you're not going to want to miss it.